All right,
Clown's
ready?
hearing all of this.
Good.
Okay, clown. All right, un, deux, trois.
Welcome to Bards and Nobles.
Hello.
In the building. Howdy.
This is us. I am Brian, the Dungeon Master, and tonight I'm joined by...
Aaron Williams playing Daggerclaw.
Andrew Danon playing Wraith.
Anthony Boyd playing Eberron.
Charles Nelson playing Necros.
Ralph.
Ralph. And
Technically true.
if my notes are correct, this is episode 9 of our Shadow of the Pit Lords campaign, where we are using the Shadow of the Demon Lord system to play in the magical, weird, funky town known as Pit. Who's going to go ahead and recap for us to catch everybody up?
All right, it's me. So last week on Bards and Nobles, so we were sent out to fix a fight, and that we did. The team came up with a concoction that was basically the same stuff that Harry gave Lloyd in Dumb and Dumber to make someone shit in their pants. I very geniusly...
The other way around, Lloyd gave Harry.
That's not how I remember it. I yield to the expert.
Mandela effect. So we gave that to
Death Fist. Yeah, that's his name. Nope. We gave it to the other guy,
Conga.
by pretending that we wanted to give it to Death Fist, or I pretended that I wanted to give it to Death Fist. He drank it. Things didn't seem to be going the way it should be going, so we had Ralph throw his meerkat into the fighting
It's a
ring.
long rat. Don't fancy it up.
Okay, a tube rat into the fighting ring, which was enough to distract Congo long enough to get gut punched, and then he did a little hippo spray action all over. It was like a Gallagher show, but with poo.
It was all over Charles.
All over a lot of people.
If you're in the first 4 rows, you're in the splash zone. That's what happened.
Not something
So,
you
yeah.
typically hear about in a boxing match.
We successfully fixed the fight, and then we went on about our business. We went to go share the good news with our employer, and I assume we went back to collect our winnings after,
Yeah,
the cleanup crew got done. Hey!
That might be the funniest pun you've ever said, Charles.
He's good for like 1 every 6 episodes.
That's harsh, but accurate.
So yeah, that's where we're at.
Brian,
Okay.
I forgot to ask, how much insanity did they gain by witnessing or by being shit on?
They've had enough time to recover, but it was definitely an N+1 amount
And
of insanity.
How did it affect those that had that specific kink?
Oh,
Oh, they gained corruption.
they actually gained +1 fortune.
Joke's on you. I'm into that shit. Into it.
In Soviet Russia, shit on you.
Tub girl.
So, all right, we're gonna pick
Whoa,
up.
Charles. You're on top, bud, and then you blew it.
I just
We're
shot the bed
going-
on that one.
Oh my god, I just want to play. I'll leave. You guys can do that.
We have 8 people
Okay.
listening to this.
So, we're going to pick up just over a day later. You guys, like you said, have already gone back and picked up your earnings and kind of like, I don't know, had the day to yourselves. Advanced a little bit, learned a little bit more about the town. Let's see how that day went for you guys. Who wants to go first? I'm going to pick the one who looks like they're not paying attention the most. Ralph.
It was good.
Before
Wait,
you get
who's-
run over by the train, hurry. Give me.
Sorry.
So after meeting over at the Worm, and kind of catching up the whole group and sharing stories, the next day, what did Ralph go and do on his own?
Ralph, he went looking for his friend Rolf.
Okay.
Just, trying to see if he can, honestly, not in the most organized fashion. He's just kind of like looking in nooks and crannies, being a weirdo. And then in that search, he did happen to find an old wooden shield. He was like, you know what? I'm going to take this with me. So he's carrying this. The robotic clockwork Ralph has an old wooden shield, and he's on the search for Rolf.
Where did you find this shield?
It was in the gutter.
Okay. So you're searching mostly gutters and.
Yeah.
Is it a shield or is it like a barrel lid? Also, is someone's secretary not answering a phone?
Is it just? It's just a phone that he's glued the handset to the base, and that's the shield.
Still like an old Nokia phone.
Ralph, go ahead and give me a perception challenge roll with like 3 Banes.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go.
The day later, the place has already been cleaned up. Because you guys went back in the morning, I presume, immediately. First thing, you guys had alarms set for like 4:30 a.m. so you can pick up your winnings.
And Rolf got covered in shit.
What did you roll?
Hold on. Perception?
Yeah.
How bad am I at perception? I'm not sure. I'm pretty bad at perception.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. 10, baby.
Nice.
Damn.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you. So we're definitely snooping around the Worm all the next morning, and you find a rat.
Where did he look for the rat?
You find a rat. You're like 80% sure it's the same rat. But you definitely find one near the Worm, and he seems pretty receptive to you.
Oh, good. I treat him like my best friend ever, and I frankly don't care about the rest of the day. I do clean him off because he's probably got remnants of poop on him. So I'm trying to be decent here.
Do you lick him? You lick him clean?
I don't have a tongue. I would.
Okay. Necros.
What up?
How did Necros spend the day before reconvening with the group at the pre-planned meeting destination?
I would also like to remind Necros he is dressed like a like a goth Santa.
That's true. So at this point, I've cleaned all the crap off of me, and I'm wearing borrowed clothes, looking like a Santa. So I spend some of my winnings. I go get my share of the winnings, and then spend some of it getting some decent clothes, so that I look like my normal self again, and not like a Santa. And then I just kind of like, explore and see what's in town. And then when it's time to meet back up, I go meet back up.
All right, I'm gonna need you to roll a d20 and then add as many boons or banes as you'd like.
50 d6.
And then I need you to sit on that number and wait till I come back to you. Andrew, Wraith, how did you spend your day? Is there anything specifically you wanted to explore or learn about in the city?
So after we had our delicious meal, and then got our winnings and stuff, we all kind of split up. I explored the city a little bit more, trying to find locations of like libraries and sources where you can get like magical information or information on the different magics in the city. And I basically just spent time
Uh,
studying some of the old shadow traditions. Because because I keep feeling like a draw towards them. Like I feel like I've known it in like a previous life maybe or something like that. But I have this urge to just know more. So I studied that. Picked up a few new tricks and just kind of waited for us to meet back up.
Okay. So
Do
I'm gonna
crazy.
go ahead and roll an intellect
An.
challenge roll for me.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to definitely say you looked around and you discovered what was called the Library Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be located over in the Crystal Ponds.
Sweet.
Okay. And in your studies, what did you roll?
I was still rolling. You want me to put the boon on for scholar profession or?
Yes.
Sweet.
Indubitably.
All right.
Is that the right usage of that? I don't know.
No, it's not.
I
I
mean,
don't think it's an actual
grammatically,
word. So you can use
grammatically,
whatever-
it feels like the right usage.
I mean,
know.
I can change it to where that's the
Brian,
right
this is your world. You make the rules. You tell me.
true. 17.
17. Yeah, you definitely you learn you do your research. You pick up some new magic, some new information, some new locations, and you also find out a little bit about the Library Eternal, and you find out that this is actually one of the bigger, more popular gathering places for the Society of Sensation.
Ooh.
Specifically, a small faction of them that goes by the name of the Experimenters. Very, very on the nose.
How weird did they get, Brian?
Let's see. But yeah, sounds like you had a pretty productive day.
Yeah, they have a
let's
great
go-
selection of books. I mean,
Let's
All kinds of
go with Arabin or what? Scare's name again.
Eberron.
Eberron, yeah.
I thought
Sorry.
you were trying to say Aaron.
No. I said lexic the name there.
So I mean, Eberron is like super excited. Like he's had a few people around town, like recognize. Kind of goes to his head a little bit. He's out wandering. Kind of gets him a little bit nicer clothes and gets him goes to a ye old pawn shop and gets a used lute, so he doesn't have to use the venue's instruments anymore. Just polishing it up, walking around, playing, trying to think of like what's the next thing. And as he's walking, he comes across this beautiful, tall, muscular half orc, and he's just
Go on.
taken aback. And he almost breaks his lute walking into a tree because his neck is just turned watching, and he is like, I need to talk to this person. I need to talk to this goddess. And so he follows her into this large building. When he gets in, there's a lot of people in there. There seems to be some kind of gymnasium. There's people, working out. There's people in a boxing ring throwing hands. There's people, grappling. And he just walks in like bright-eyed and just looks very out of place, and like his, lute over his shoulder and everything. But he signs up and he's like, there's a fighting pit back in the factory. I've thrown hands a couple of times, he thinks to himself. He goes, whatever I got to do to get close to her. And like, they kind of give him the spiel, the gym and everything. And he goes, yeah. I want whatever classes she's in. And so he gets in, and it's just, learning some boxing and some kickboxing as well. And he's just trying to get close to her and like partner up, but she's definitely like not in his weight class, but he's just getting closer. And like eventually they get to do some light sparring. It's his first day, and she's kind of the vet. And he's just like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and he just gets the shit beat out of him.
Okay.
But he's like trying his best to flirt during this whole time and failing miserably at it.
I feel like this whole episode ends with like you getting clocked pretty hard and like not quite losing consciousness, but like almost just on the cusp of it. And when you fully come to and recover, she's gone.
Also, every time you said throwing hands, I just envisioned dodgeball with people just throwing severed hands at each other.
That's how we do it in the pit.
I am a little bit defeated, but not. I'm slightly defeated, but mostly inspired, and it's like
Did you catch her name?
I did not.
Okay.
I have no idea. I'm trying to it's just one of those things where you kind of jump into the deep end without really knowing how deep it is, and you're like in there like, I've made a mistake, but I can't let them know that I've made a mistake.
So this place, this gymnasium, I feel like you've discovered we're going to call the Iron Church, and is this going to be located in the Twin Nests on the far end of the Flesh Market, or is it on the edge of the gardens?
It's on the edge of the gardens. It's trying to catch that little bit of clientele. Like they get people like me a lot. They get kind of suckered in this like the artsy type, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, I'm here for the martial arts and I'm going to do the yoga and the Tai Chi. But then they're like, yeah, but if you sign up for this class, yada, yada, yada. But then that helps finance like the serious people that are coming from like the meat market.
Gotcha. Okay. I like it. Let's see. Next up, we have Jane Tillman. How did your day go? Now, did you start off the day looking like Ralph still?
I did. I then decided to drop the form. I'm still trying to figure out how this trick works.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two things on my agenda today. I want to find something better than this like wooden stick that I've been carrying around for defense and some armor.
Okay.
And also I would like to and as I'm figuring out how this works. So I'm trying to find crowds, trying to walk up behind people, bump into them, things like that, as I, change into different forms.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find the largest thing that I can find to change into it, and the smallest creature I can find. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like the smallest creature you've been able to find is either a halfling or a goblin of some kind running around. I assume smallest like humanoid?
Yeah. I mean, small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not trying to change into animals yet. We'll see.
Sure. Yeah.
I get the goblin. I'm not threatened by, so I go boop him in the face.
Okay.
Well, you've changed into a goblin before.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's a halfling.
Yeah. Either one. It's hard to tell from behind, but once you boop him in the face, you find out it's a halfling. And they've got like a really big bulbous nose, and kind of slightly pointed ears. One actually has like a little crescent cut out of it, or it's got a crescent shape. But all his limbs are the same length. For the rest of for the most part, he seems relatively normal, other than the oversized bulbous nose.
Okay. After I'm like, okay, this is probably the smallest thing I could turn into. I go and find another crowd of people, and I try to just touch their clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And like really focus. And it's like, do I actually have to make contact with them, or is it just like, how close do I have to get to change into them? So I attempt that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, after experimenting after a while, you feel like, you for the most part need fleshy contact.
Way up in there.
Outside is fine. Yeah.
This is where you learn doctor.
Okay. Question: if someone is wearing wool and he touches the wool, does he turn into the sheep that the wool was sheared from?
No.
Just the dead parts.
Does not work like that.
What if it's a humanoid sheep?
Yeah, so I'm like...
That would be bad.
Like, oh my god, throw this whole thing away.
That's it. We're canceling Bards and Nobles, guys. It's been fun.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I really feel like I should be able to do it just by getting close to them. All right, that's fine. I'll keep working on that. But I start just asking around for an armorer.
Okay, I mean it's pretty easy to find. Like,
Yeah.
there's one thing that this city is not for as for all of its busyness and wonder is it's not peaceful. So like weapon
Right.
shops and armor stuff are plentiful.
Yeah, so I go into one and I go buy some soft leather armor.
Sure.
And the guy's like, "Hey man, we got a deal today. If you buy some armor, you can have this glowing polearm." Like, you just giving away weapons with armor? Yeah, man. Yeah,
It is cursed.
It was like, is that with every deal? And he goes,
Zero
"Yeah,
red
it's-"
flags.
He's like, yeah. We only got the one. This is this is the only one we're giving away. But it's definitely not cursed if that's what you're thinking. And
what's this guy's name and what shop is this? What shop did you stumble into?
It's
Is that the plate that's underneath it? Definitely not cursed glowing polearm. Act now.
His name is Steve Grifta. And he's
One
like,
word.
"Look,
Steve Grifta.
Steve Grifta." Yeah, he's like, no, it's all I need you to do is take it from my hand and it's yours forever. And I do
And,
that. I take it from his hand.
immediately,
I
actually.
immediately do it.
Zero hesitation.
Yeah. No, there's one thing I've learned in this town. It's to trust people.
It's, even before he finishes the sentence, it's already in her hand.
All you got to do is take it from me. Already got it. Already got it.
So, question: the armor that you bought, is it like half size, like for a halfling, or is it like a one size armor, so it's like baggy and bulky on you?
Oh no! At this point, I found another human to switch. I feel most comfortable as a human, so
Okay, that general shape. Gotcha.
I tried to default to that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Death Claw.
Yeah.
Dagger claw.
I wanted to learn more about Deathclaw, Daggerclaw's third cousin, but we can go into Daggerclaw if you want to.
Deathclaw got his name because he was killed by a claw.
Crab claw.
Daggerclaw, how did you spend the day?
So Daggerclaw woke up early. He found out where to, to wash himself. And then he went to go work out. And after working out, he made his way back to the washroom.
Okay, did he just do like calisthenics like out in the hallway, or did he make his way to the Iron Church
No,
as well?
he finds if there's like any...
Like what's a typical orc regiment
Gotcha.
look like for a workout? What's his wad?
It's called the Deborah.
So he doesn't really look for like a gym or anything like that. He
starts lifting objects in the street.
I pick things
he
up
tries
and
to
put them
he tries to find like a park or somewhere that seems isolated. And there's a section of meditation. Then there's the lifting of the stones. And then there's the lifting of the body, where he's just doing basically like body weight exercises and stuff like that. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like he definitely what's it called? Found his way to the gardens, and this pretty popular park, which is right off of Chaplin Alley. Yeah, and it's got people doing what for cultural sensitivity purposes, I won't say Tai Chi. They're doing some other type of meditative martial art with their hands and breathing. And then, there's a couple other guys that are also just jogging around, doing burpees and stuff, playing Frisbee. Do you guys want Frisbees in this world?
Sure, man.
No? Yes?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what that says about the
Only
technology level.
only the ultimate kind.
Yeah, he doesn't join in the frisbees.
Okay, gotcha.
He's kind of like doing his own thing, and once he's all done, he goes, washes up, and he makes his way into town, and he purchases some equipment. During the meditation, he reflected on his actions and what choices that he needs to make to become more respected by the society. So he goes and he purchases a sword and a shield and some armor, and putting his trickery ways behind him.
During this meditation, does he ponder on what he thinks society is respecting, or is he trying to observe what this society is respecting?
He's thinking to his own culture.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, and then let's go back to Necros. What did you roll? And this is to fill in the blank of the day that you went to enjoy, and just I don't know, go with the flow of.
I got a 14.
14. I feel like because of your winnings from the night before, you felt like you kind of had that hot streak going, that little lucky streak. Does that feel in line with Necros?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you got into some gambling. Met a couple of guys, and you found out they're from a group called the Fraternity of Order, and the specific group that you kind of fell in with and spent most of the day with, they call themselves institutionalists. And although everything seems very by the book and very law and order and very by the numbers, for some reason they still got into they spend their day gambling. What did you like? What caught your eye? What caught Necros' eye that they happen to be gambling on?
Long rat fighting.
That one looks like Rolf.
I just think of the caterpillar, like the inchworm, just doing the. But it's a rat.
Come on, they tape a knife. They tape a knife to the top of the rat.
No. So there was like some, very shady, a very shady frisbee game going on.
Oh, okay.
Where instead of a regular frisbee, they're using like circular saw blades. They have like special metal hooks to catch the blades and stuff. So they're making bets on like which team would win, or like how many people would get injured and stuff like that.
This is the ultimate frisbee.
I like this.
Okay.
But it was very like discreet, like obviously not like a normal legal thing.
Yeah.
Like you have to go down several alleys to get to the spot where they were doing this.
Gotcha.
Just brick walls all over where
Okay,
they can
so I
like
feel like this
ricochet
is
the blade off of.
I feel like this is definitely in the area that was adjacent to the flesh market, the slums, also known as the rookery, where you guys got jumped that one time. I feel like it's adjacent to that. Were you
Oh, yeah.
were you
Let's go
pretty
kill
aggr-
those guys.
Were you pretty aggressive, or were you pretty conservative with your gambling?
Conservative.
All right.
Ooh.
Not a good answer in these times.
Wow.
All right, moving faster.
Go. Run.
Roll a 2d10. And then going to go
11.
ahead and say 11.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, just go ahead and just add 11 silver to your total for the day.
Whoa.
We'll say you're up.
Oh,
You're
nice.
up by that much.
Nice.
That's a big day.
And so as I guess night closes in, you guys I don't know, did you guys make plans to meet at a certain place and reconvene with each other?
Yes,
Oh,
Sure
good.
did.
Where was that?
back at the hotel.
The bearded lady.
You know what? No, it was at a restaurant that we wanted to try. How about that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
A new pop-up place in town.
It was the place that everybody said you had to go to. They have these I don't know how to call it, these breads that are folded on top of each other. Daggerclaw's never seen this before.
Breads that are folded. What are you alluding?
Are you describing
sandwich.
a calzone?
Never seen it before. It's this bread. It gets folded. There's cheese and meat
It's a
and
pocket. They're pita.
No, but you,
It's a
you fold it,
quesadilla.
but you fold it over. No, it's not a quesadilla.
taco?
Maybe it's quesadilla or a taco.
something crazy.
No, were you meeting back up with Jethro? Is that where you're going, or
I thought
no?
we were eating dinner.
You weren't.
We can have dinner at the bearded lady. Stop making this
Bearded
difficult.
lady.
I don't think the bearded lady actually serves food.
The worm serves food.
Do they though?
I mean,
Oh my
yeah.
god! All right, I call Grubhub and get whatever these foldy sandwiches are delivered to the bearded lady, and then I hand wave to get the story along.
I will also say, when you see Eberron again, I'm fully like bought into the Iron Church. I have the swag bag, the sweatshirt. I'm in gym shorts.
Man, you
I
The
have like
tag is on everything.
I have my bag. Yeah, I went like the highest tier membership. Like, give me all the swag, and I'm just like, because I'm like, she will see me in this. She's like, oh, I go to that gym too next time I see her, and like, I'm determined. I will be back at that gym every day. And also, Eberron kind of liked the fighting a little bit. He hadn't
The
done it in a
fighting or
long
the
time.
beating? Which one did he like?
Little column A, little column B, man.
It's a glutton for punishment.
All
right.
Shame, Eberron.
So you guys head over to the bearded lady, realize that place doesn't exist anymore, and across the street is the bearded princess where you met.
Hey, good.
Where you met Jethro the other time, and where you did the whole mysterious coin thing, and he showed up and gave you the job. You meet inside, and it vaguely seems like the same patrons are there, but you're not quite sure. And it's pretty quiet and low key, and everything just seems like it was last time. You head in, you have a similar Minotaur behind the counter, just wiping bottles down, and he's like, or mugs or whatever, and he's just like, hey, how's it going? And he goes back to wiping his cups. What are you guys doing?
Drinking out of cups.
I walk up and I just tapped 3 times. I was like, Jethro, please.
He's like, oh yeah. He said he's expecting you guys. He's out back.
I lead
That
them
always
out
bodes
back
well.
because I assume I've been there, considering I forgot that this is where I started.
Started from the bottom and now you're back.
Lead the way, Eberron. You know this place better than we do.
I am.
Yes,
All right.
I follow Eberron.
Okay. You go around back of the bearded princess through the side alley, and as you come around the back, there's a dumpster. You hear a cat screech and run off into the darkness. There's some very low light coming from around the corner. It's not very well lit over here, and you guys stand around for a few minutes, and the back door opens. It just creaks open slowly. And the Minotaur that you saw inside actually comes out for a second, looks at you guys, and he just has like a bag of refuse in his hand. And he kind of makes eye contact with you, awkwardly walks by and puts it into like a bin and goes back inside.
I look confused. It's like, how are you making garbage when this place is... You know what? I don't... Okay, that's fine.
You hear footsteps approach from the alleyway, and a voice calls out. It's just like, "Hello, gentlemen. You must be Jethro's boys." And you look up, and you see what looks like he's very broad-shouldered, shirtless, save for like a leather belt draped across his chest, and his bottom half is furry and goat-legged. And he's got two curled horns off his forehead that roll back, and he just kind of like nods and waves at you guys.
Sweet. Isn't suspicious at all.
I nod and walk on over.
Who might you be?
Who are you?
He says, "Name's Quick. Jethro talked you boys up something fierce. Says you guys do good work. Saw your work with the fight. That's it's impressive."
It
Thanks.
was shit-tastic.
I was playing. Yep, there was that.
He says, "Well, we could use some extra muscle like you guys for a job around here. You interested?"
What's the job?
What's the pay?
Yes.
He says, "Well, the job's just a little added layer of security for a transport we've got coming in tomorrow, and pay is a couple silvers in your hand, another job done, and some more work down the pipeline."
What type of cargo?
You guys, we've got a shipment of some product coming in from out of town.
Can you be
Like face
can you
cream?
be more descriptive?
No, he doesn't need to be more descriptive. We'll take 30 silver.
He's 30 silver. I think we can work something out. Where are you boys staying?
Hold on.
Wherever you
is the
provide
cargo-
the job.
Is the cargo people? I can't do it if it's people.
God, no! I'm not we're not monsters.
No, but it's Soylent Green.
No, nothing.
It was people.
He says, no. You're a dark one. Nothing.
I was
so,
a slave. I mean, I gotta ask these questions.
Nothing so heinous as people. Just a little product to make some money off of.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, 30 silver seems reasonable. Provided you do what you say you're going to do, and of course, if you need a place to stay, we can definitely find some place around here for you.
Sweet.
What say you?
I'm in.
I am also.
What's the route that we need to escort?
Meet us. We'll take you over there.
Okay.
Sweet. That's not suspicious at all.
I guess I'm asking how long of a route is it?
It's a day trip.
Okay. Sure. When do we need to meet you and where?
He looks around, leans in, and he says, "First light in the morning, and meet me and the rest of the gang over at." And he picks his words carefully as he goes through his notes.
I'm glad you said first light in the morning, because first light in the evening would have been really hard.
I'm sorry, we can't show up. There's an apocalypse. The sun did not rise this morning.
It's just winter.
He says, "No, it's there's the fountain at over in the gardens. It's across the street from Do Not Follow the Light."
Is there really only one fountain in the whole garden?
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
the
a big
one
fountain.
specifically across from Do Not Follow the Light.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Is
on
that,
the.
is that with the one with the goat man reading the book to all the animals?
No. That's the one with the cherubs.
Oh, okay.
Is
I
Do
was
Not
thinking-
Follow the Light the hospital?
No, I don't think there's a hospital over in the gardens.
It's a nice place for recovery. I mean,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll meet you there.
sounds like a
And
plan
what
to
was
me.
your name? Quick.
It's
Okay.
it's quick. He says, feeling rushed.
All right. So this is a question to the DM. Have we met Jethro? Do we need to like get back with him, or is that like? Do we even know?
There's a black ops operation going on here. What is it? Operational security? You want less people to know?
Yeah, something like that. No, you
Yeah.
haven't met back up with Jethro.
Loose lips sink ships. That works.
Yeah, it's a very loose organization.
Sweet.
So yeah,
Like
he
it.
says, "All right, meet me over in the gardens," and we should be an interesting
Okay,
day.
synchronize our watches.
All right.
All right. We'll sync right.
Do we leave now? Do you leave now?
Everybody synchronize your watches to last light.
He says, "Oh, well, and then he turns to leave, and then does like a stutter step, and then turns around. And he's like, "Actually, I'm this way," and has to walk through you guys.
All right. So he quickly leaves.
Sure. And so you guys are left in the dark of this alleyway.
All right.
Um,
So did the Minotaur just lie to us about Jethro being back here?
you
I'm
asking
asking
me?
everybody.
I mean,
I
Jethro's not
I
here.
look at him and tell him it's like I tell him it's like that's just how it operates, man. It's never, it's just whoever needs work done. It's kind of like just a back and forth. And, you do well, you guys get we got another job. This one's a high paying job, and we move on.
Maybe Jethro had to answer the call of nature and just forgot
All right.
about us.
Well, seems like everything's taken care of until tomorrow. So
Yeah. So I feel like, do we eat yet? I don't remember if we ate yet. I'm hungry again. Let's go eat.
let us feast.
We feast
had-
into the night.
We had one dinner, but what about second dinner?
Second dinner is more important than first dinner.
All right, dinner, and then you guys go. I guess you guys go rest
Catch
after.
some Z's.
Catch some Z's, definitely.
Catch some Z's.
Eberon, like as soon as he hits, like his head hits the pillow, he is out cold.
Oh yeah, it's just that tired.
Oh yeah, that ass beat tired.
All right. So first
Okay.
light happens.
Sure.
I assume.
Who's narrating?
The alarm goes off. We wake everybody up.
So
And-
we finish the job and we collect our money.
That was a great adventure.
Huzzah! Guys, you
The
say it,
best.
you do it. We won.
So who here has been to the gardens before?
We all have.
No.
I did.
That's where we saw the artist when we were walking to the.
Nope.
No. That's another place.
I think I have. Because I think I
That
want to
is-
go work out there.
Yeah. I
that was
think-
for Million Rose, where the artist was.
Yep.
Oh, well then excuse me.
Look at Jay Braid knowing things.
Look at that. Look at that.
So,
All right. So yeah, I think the only ones that have been there were Eberon and Daggerclaw,
Death.
or did someone else say
Deathclaw now.
I've been through.
Daggerclaw? Your nickname is Deathclaw.
No. Yeah, it's Daggerclaw.
Some call me.
My Christian name is Daggerclaw. Please call me Deathclaw.
I received the title of Deathclaw from my tribe.
I moseyed through the garden.
Okay.
Wander.
All right. Well,
Could you
between the-
describe it for us?
It's got plants. It's a
the
garden.
garden?
Yeah, describe the garden to us.
Okay, yeah, you guys head through, and the gardens are like on the outside. This whole area, this whole district is called the Gardens, but it's not just one big garden. There's also a sprawl of alleys and multi-leveled stone buildings, but throughout there's like these large mounds essentially that aren't just covered in green grass, but some of them have like pinkish purple molds and funguses everywhere, like growing even on the walls and on the street and on the trees. Some of them have like black grass with like sickly sweet yellow and gold, almost look lilies popping up, and almost each little mound or section of I guess what you could say is grass seems to have its own little smell, its own tastes, and just like it's kind of just this like mishmash of natural colors that is kind of over like this flora that's overlaid on top of some buildings and some structures that are there. But for the most part, it is wide open with these little sections. And there's streets, but all the streets have like weird long names. Like as you pass through, you pass by all markings are lost, which intersects with your senses are false. And the next street over, this circle is called This Way Madness Lies.
It sounds like
A lot
a
of,
street.
there's a lot of liberal arts degrees around here.
I find the road less taken, and I follow it to don't go into the light.
Don't go gently into that.
But with the flora also has its own interesting little microcosms of fauna. So like in some areas there's these flying pure black insects that are like the size of lobsters, or there's like essentially what look like little eyeballs that they just kind of like wisps or gnats. They fly around, but when they blink, it's almost as if they literally close out of existence for a split second, then open
That's
back
nasty.
up.
I'm gonna. If I'm ever looking for an apartment, I'm getting one here because this place is awesome.
Is it beautiful or is it kind of eerie, or
Yes.
both maybe?
Yes.
I think you would argue that some find beauty in the eeriness.
True.
And those are more freaks.
Okay, so just so you guys make it on time, who's kind of in the lead, kind of guiding where whoever thinks they know where this specific fountain is?
I think it's Murder Claws.
I'll lead, sure.
All right, go ahead and give
He's been here.
give me a perception or intellect. Give me an intellect challenge roll with, let's see, a boon for each of your other peers who have also been in this area. That's plus
Okay.
2.
Perception.
Oh, if you can tell me the street name that you're supposed to be looking for, I will give you another boon.
Don't go into the light.
Close enough. It's do not follow the light.
Hey!
So you get half a boon.
Ooh.
So 19.
Ooh.
19. Yeah. You guys definitely make your way there, and it's like everything still has this like slick dew on top of it because it's so early in the quote unquote morning.
Ralph is far behind everyone because he's just been like taking in the sights. So I'm a little bit late to whatever happens.
Gotcha. I feel like as you take in the sights, it's so powerful, but you can't help but feel a sense of sadness because like you know that along with these sights, there should be these smells that accompany them, and you can't smell any of it.
So J Brain's
Um,
late, and we all like discover a bunch of money on the ground, right?
Just a pile of gold coins.
No,
I
but
like
you do-
that. I like that J Brain being late to things has been worked into the story.
He did it
Go
himself.
over accuracy.
Art
Ironic.
imitates life.
Oh shit, we
So-
turned down the wrong street. Art
So I
imitates
feel
life.
like up ahead at the fountain with the cherubs, and these cherubs are engaged in less than playful activities with each other, more violent
Oh,
than
okay.
anything. Um, there is a behind the fountain. There's like these benches, and then the cobblestone walkway leads up and kind of zigzags a little bit, and then there's just an arch there. It's a marble arch that seemingly leads to nowhere. And up ahead, on with his hoof propped up on a bench and a small knife in his hand, he looks to be picking something out of it. You see Quick, and you see two other figures with him. They're both heavy with distended bellies. They hang like fleshy skirts over their thighs. They have like spindly limbs and drooping facial features with like super heavy jowls. And one has like basically like a woodsman's axe, and the other one has a club. Other than that, they look exactly the same.
Do they look male?
So the way their bodies are shaped, you see a bulge in their pants, but you also see extremely pronounced mammaries because they are both shirtless, and they're just like their fat is just kind of like hanging down.
They've been drinking a bunch of sodies.
So,
600-pound life. Anybody? All right.
Nope. So Quick nods over to you guys, and he says, "Oh, good, you made it."
Yep.
Yep, told you we'd be here.
So
All right.
Ready
where's
to
this
go.
cargo, and who needs the protection?
He says, "Well, we have to go pick it up, and we'll bring it back here. So yeah, if you guys are ready, we can head out." He says, "Timber, Lot, let's go." And they both look up and just kind of grunt and nod and trudge forward.
All right.
He walks towards the archway, and he kind of does that thing where he starts patting at his bag and like at his sides, like
Drop
looking
yourself
for
off.
something. Yeah. And he's like, Timber, do you still have the key? And Timber just looks up at him and he groans. He's like, "Urgh." And he looks around and he looks back at you guys. He says, "Oh, that's right." And he grabs behind his ear, like you would keep a cigarette. But you see, he pulls out a single blade of grass, and he walks to the archway, and he mutters something. And as he does, this magic tone kind of rings in the air just a little bit, and you see through this archway, it begins to glow and spin and sparkle, and this light opens up in the middle. And as you look through the archway, it looks like it opens up into this just like extremely vivid and exotic jungle, with overgrown plants and just like this, like a bird song, like one you have never heard before. And he says, "Well, all right, this way, boys." And he just walks in, and Timber and Lot trudge in behind him.
All right.
I see the jungle and I take my sweatshirt off, put it in my bag.
Yeah. Luckily,
I feel like Ralph has a raging boner right now.
I do. Ralph is so pumped. He actually runs through, and he's like holding Rolf, and he's just like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." It's just
rat
everything
formerly
I
known as
dreamed of
Rolf.
life.
Yeah, I'm super excited as well. I'm like, I go through and I start looking at just anything and everything that's on this other side of this gateway.
Okay. I assume all of you walk through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the last?
I would say me. I was putting away my sweatshirt and
Okay. As you walk through, all of you are extremely disoriented on that initial walkthrough, and you have to catch yourself from falling over, because as you walk in, gravity reorients itself. Because as you walk forward, as soon as you go through the archway, you fall forward, and you look back, and there's no door behind you, but you can see on the ground there's a circle of mushrooms that looks like on the other side is the gardens, just on the ground. And as you step through, Ebrin, the light kind of fades away, and you see Quick kind of twirl the blade of grass and stick it back behind his ear. And he says, "Any of you boys been to the Feywild before?"
Not that I can remember. This place.
I ain't even been to Pit before. Sure. why not?
How do I get one of them blades of grass? That was pretty sweet.
He says, "Oh, that's my key. You have to find your own." But that being,
blade of grass.
he said, that being said, if this is your first time, don't try not to touch anything unless I tell you to.
Ralph has already touched several things.
You look over and you have just a handful of twigs and grass and dirt in one hand.
Like just a mouthful of mushrooms.
He's literally just wrapped around a tree. Just reaching for a squirrel. This is blue and orange squirrel.
Just deep kissing a deer.
Okay. So he says,
"Where
"Yeah."
have you been all my whole life?"
He says, "All right, yeah. Try not to touch anything else. Stay on the trail and stay with me. The farm should be this way." And then he starts heading that way,
I start touching random blades of grass.
As you do, some of them recoil, some of them grow, some of them glow. It's a very surreal experience. As like for the people who have noses that work, the smell is very sickly sweet, and it's there's almost a spice to the air as well. And it feels like static electricity, but instead of the hair on your skin, it's like touching the edges of like your soul. Like there's just this glow that you can't see in all directions coming off these plants and this world.
This is where the force comes from.
I seeing all of these like mystical looking trees, I drop any pretend form that I have, and I walk up to one of the trees and I touch it and I just see what happens.
You were not given instructions to do that.
So what do you look like right now?
So in the my neutral form, it's
has the group seen that before? I don't remember.
Bundle of sticks.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like twisted branches, like someone tried to make a doll out of branches, like twisted. Yeah. Like very, very dark wood. I go and find a lightly colored tree, and I just sort of like run my hand up it and see if there's any reaction to it.
No, the tree itself doesn't react, but you definitely feel a warmth and like this pulsing that it feels. It is nostalgic, but it feels like something more. Like this tree feels more alive than any tree you've touched before.
No,
but not so much so that it's not like a living thing, like a walking, breathing person is. But it definitely feels more alive than most trees you've encountered.
That I've caressed.
Yeah.
All right, I continue on to my stick form.
Press a lot of wood in your day, but this one takes the cake.
How is every other character reacting to this place, especially just between the sights, the sounds, the smells, the orienting from like horizontal to straight? Like, how is this impacting you guys?
Eberron is like breathing deep and just never having smelled these kind of things. Like it's weird that it's almost familiar to him, even though he's never seen a jungle. Like until he got to Pit, all he's known is like frozen tundra and wasteland. And it's like to feel grass and to like hear birds, like just to be in this amount of nature is both wonderful and so upsetting and uncomfortable. It's just weird, like you've gone away from home for like 20 years and then you just come back and everything's changed, but there's still a familiarity to it.
Okay.
Ralph is literally touching everything he can as he walks down this path.
Noted.
Dagger,
I am in front of. I would like to say that I am in front of Ralph by several yards.
yeah. Daggerclaw has never seen this much life in one area before, so it's very surprising to him. And he's just never been in this type of environment, so he's taking it in.
Okay.
Same for Wraith. I'm just, observing everything, still like kind of like messing with the blades of grass and just like admiring the scenery and the life that's around
Daggerclaw
us.
is observing with his eyes.
Look with your eyes,
yeah.
not your hands.
Necro starts asking questions. He's like, "Are we on a different planet?
Are we there yet?
Where are we? Like, does this
Yeah.
place have a spaceport?
How,
Barnes and Noble bingo.
Yeah, like
Charles does
rapid
spaceport.
fire questions.
yeah, like
Okay.
how can I find more of these doors and get to other planets and stuff? I'm trying to find my ship.
Nice. Okay.
Do they respond to any of these questions or?
I guess we'll have to find out next time on.
Got him.
Suck it, Jack.
So
I also want to say that Eberron is like randomly shadow boxing every time, like he's just walking away from people.
nice.
Like, oh my god, we get it. You took a class.
No more jokes. The show's
You
over.
train MMA.
The irony of Trey saying that.
All right. So, do we have any announcements? Anything we want to say?
Mail.
No.
Yeah, I got something.
We got
I
no
got
mail.
something.
No,
Our mail
but,
is barren and dry.
if you could do us all a favor and whatever app you're listening to this show in right now or watching the show in, give us a like, give us a comment, and share it with a friend because that helps out the show. It's the best way you can help out the show for free. But if you'd like to give us some money, take it away, Andrew.
Segues are weird.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to thank the ones that are already giving us money for some reason. Big shout out to Casey Smith, Cheryl Maplefish, Chris Freeling, James Trevor Hurt, Junior McBabyface, Kayla Light, Max Ciccolini, Tarkin Davis, and Zophar Petty. You guys have continued to support us. We greatly appreciate it. And a thank you to the rest of our patrons as well, that give us money every month for some reason. If you'd like to join the ranks of our patrons, go to patreon.bardsnobles.com. The $2 level gets you access to the Discord server, which is probably one of our best perks, in my opinion. You can chat with us and other patrons who suffer through our show. And we've got a food channel and a workout channel and a meme channel and a bunch of other stuff. So check it out. And thank you for your continued support and your future support if you decide to join us.
Yes.
Thank you, all of our patrons.
Thank you.
We'll be in the Discord chat after this live stream to talk with patrons that are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening.
See y'all.
Thanks, buddy, guys.